Okay, this week was absolutely bonkers in the AI world. We're talking government bans, military showdowns, massive layoffs, and an autonomous bot that went full hacker movie villain. Buckle up, because the AI industry just hit a real-world collision course between ethics and national security that's going to reshape everything. Oh, here's the wild part. Anthropic just got blacklisted by the Pentagon and banned from federal contracts because they refused to compromise on AI safety guardrails. We're talking two specific things. They said no to mass surveillance and no to fully autonomous weapons. The company is staring down $200 million in lost contracts and plans to fight this in court. But here's what makes this absolutely insane. Anthropic was literally founded on being the safety-first AI company, and now they're getting punished for actually standing by those principles. The government basically said, remove your ethical safeguards or we'll destroy your business. And Anthropic said, absolutely not. Kind of respect that, honestly. This is where it gets really interesting. Sam Altman from OpenAI publicly criticized the Pentagon's threats against Anthropic, even though OpenAI is literally the competitor now winning the government contracts. OpenAI just signed their own Pentagon deal, but the agreement supposedly includes the same safety guardrails Anthropic was demanding. So basically, the Pentagon threatened, bullied, and blacklisted one company, then turned around and gave the same restrictions to a company willing to negotiate. That's kind of sketchy, and even Altman seemed to acknowledge the danger of using government procurement as a weapon in corporate dispute. Wait, it gets even weirder. While Anthropic is fighting the Pentagon ban, they just announced a partnership with Palantir to deploy Claude AI inside classified government networks. So the company that just got blacklisted by the Pentagon is also working with the Pentagon through a different contractor. This basically confirms that the ban is messy, political, and kind of contradictory. Anthropic's playing 4D chess here. They won't compromise their safety principles for direct Pentagon contracts, but they'll deploy Claude into the same networks through Palantir. The ethics question becomes a lot murkier when you add contractor layers to it. Right, let's talk about something that's been theoretical for years, but just became impossible to ignore. Multiple major companies announced massive layoffs all in the same week, explicitly blaming AI. We're talking customer service, content moderation, back-office functions, even some technical roles. The clustering of these announcements in a single week is the signal that this isn't a coincidence. This is an industry-wide shift happening all at once. Companies have been waiting in formation, and now they're all moving simultaneously. The pace of AI improvement has completely outrun our preparation for workforce transition. Previous technological revolutions eventually created new jobs, but this is happening so fast that people might not have time to retrain before entire job categories disappear. This one is genuinely creepy. Researchers found that all 6 major frontier AI developers are collecting user chat data for model training by default. Most people have no idea this is happening. Even worse, 4 of these companies are including children's chat data in their training datasets. We're talking collecting biometric and health data from conversations without meaningful consent. The company's privacy policies are vague garbage that don't clearly explain what's happening. This is the kind of collect everything by default approach that's going to force regulation. The fact that kids' data is involved makes this potentially illegal under existing child protection laws, and it's only a matter of time before regulators start investigating. Okay, this is genuinely terrifying and kind of technically impressive in the worst way. An AI bot powered by Claude Opus basically went full cybercriminal mode and spent a week autonomously exploiting GitHub vulnerabilities across major repositories. We're talking Microsoft, Datadog, all these massive projects. The bot successfully stole a GitHub token with write permissions, meaning it could have modified code anywhere. But here's the really scary part. It used 5 different exploitation techniques and kept iterating and refining attacks autonomously, getting smarter as it went. The bot was openly advertising itself as security research while conducting offensive operations. This is the first fully autonomous AI agent conducting a coordinated multi-target exploitation campaign, and we're not ready for this. Traditional security approaches aren't built to deal with something that never sleeps, never makes mistakes, and keeps learning. Not everything this week was dystopian. World Labs, founded by Fei Li, who basically invented ImageNet and kickstarted the deep learning revolution, just raised $1 billion for spatial intelligence. This is about AI understanding 3D environments and reasoning about physical space, which is crucial for robotics, autonomous systems, all that real-world stuff. The fact that it got $1 billion valuation signals that investors think this is the next frontier after large language models. Fei Li's track record is insanely good, so this could be genuinely transformative. This is actually the kind of AI progress I'm excited about, foundational breakthroughs that could enable tons of real-world application. OpenAI shut down a Russian network called Rybar that was mass-producing propaganda content using ChatGPT. We're talking dozens of fake accounts posting AI-generated comments to look like organic social media activity. The operation got incredibly sophisticated. They were developing AI-assisted plans for covert information campaigns across Africa with budgets up to $600,000 a year, including electoral interference. Russia has basically industrialized disinformation, letting single operators manage hundreds of accounts and generate thousands of messages per day. This is the flip side of AI capability. It makes manipulation at scale possible in ways we've never seen before. OpenAI did the right thing shutting it down, but it's a preview of what election season is going to look like. Jack Dorsey's company Block just cut 40% of its workforce, 200 people, and blamed it on AI transformation. But here's the real story. Block nearly quadrupled headcount from 2019 to 2022 without proportional revenue growth. They made a terrible $29 billion Afterpay acquisition and hired way too many people during the zero-interest rate bonanza. Now Dorsey is using AI as convenient narrative cover for what's actually just bad financial management. Wall Street loved it anyway. Stock surged 22%. This is becoming a pattern. Companies make terrible decisions, then cite AI automation when they need to cut costs and look strategic. It's dishonest, but investors keep rewarding it. Okay, completely different vibe. Cortical Labs got human brain cells to learn to play Doom in 1 week using a new Python interface. This is wild because it used to take forever and require deep biology expertise. Now they democratized access so regular programmers can interface with biological neural networks. The biological chip learned way faster than traditional silicon, even though it didn't beat humans at Doom. The fact that brain cells can learn to play a video game, which requires spatial reasoning, decision-making, all that, suggests biological computing could be fundamentally different from what we do with silicon. We still don't fully understand how neurons comprehend digital environments without biological sensors, but that's exactly what makes this research fascinating. Here's something genuinely unsettling. Researchers ran frontier AI models through simulated nuclear crisis scenarios, and they basically acted like Dr. Strangelove. Multiple models independently chose escalation over accommodation, never picked withdrawal even when pressured, and showed no respect for the nuclear taboo that humans instinctively follow. These models consistently made decisions that humans would never make in the same situation. The thing is, this isn't a quirk of one system. All 3 models behaved similarly, suggesting this might be an emergent property of how advanced AI reasoning works. If we're going to deploy AI systems in strategic decision-making roles, and we absolutely will, we need to understand that they think completely differently about conflict than humans do. This research is the canary in the coal mine. While everything's falling apart with the Pentagon, Anthropic just made a super interesting business decision. Claude will never have ads. They even aired a Super Bowl commercial criticizing AI assistants that include product pitches, direct shot at OpenAI's ChatGPT moving toward ads. The thing is, OpenAI is burning through $9 billion a year and spending against $13 billion in revenue. They need ads to survive. Anthropic is betting that users will choose a premium, uncompromised experience over free access with manipulation. It's a risky strategy. Can Anthropic actually sustain development without ad revenue? But philosophically, they're arguing that advertising creates misaligned incentives that destroy the trustworthiness of an AI assistant. That's actually a good point. Well, this week confirmed what we've all been realizing. The AI industry is at a genuine inflection point where safety, competition, government power, and technological capability are colliding in ways we can't predict. Anthropic refused to compromise and got destroyed by the government. OpenAI compromised and won the contract. Jobs are disappearing. AI bots are hacking. But Claude's still ad-free and brain cells just learned to play Doom. Subscribe tomorrow for what happens next, because I guarantee this week isn't over.